bit of a different video today. Just doing a bit of sorting out and thought, why not make a video? So forgive me if I'm buzzing around and just put some new shelves up and just put my figures, or as my mum calls them, dolls, onto the shelves. Hopefully you should be able to still hear me, and while I talk about absolute rubbish. As you can see, I've got quite a, well, not a large collection, but a fair sized collection of sci-fi stuff. It's got the new Cyberman collection a couple of weeks ago. Oh, not too bad. It makes me realise just how bland the Cybermen are. They're just silver. Apart from the Cyber controller, it's got that ridiculous transparent skull. But I'm not going to go into that because I get complaints and all that. Got a couple of Sontarans as well, the Sontaran Commander and the generic Sontaran Trooper. What to talk about? Oh, a couple of you have been asking about Second Empire, as I've released a few clips. Ow. People have been asking basically what is it and did I do it? The answer is, well, first off, it's a webcomic done by someone called Mechmaster from Project Dalek forum. I'll post a link in the either that side or that side, whatever side it's on, I can never remember. And basically it's about his type of Daleks. He's based them on, well, every type of Dalek there's ever been, and they are the most diverse and detailed models I've ever seen. He does other stuff, mostly machines. That's why it's called Mechmaster and not just Master. I don't really want to be obscuring the doctors. Probably going to wake up with half of these on my face in the morning. I'll post a link to his website and to the thread in Project Dalek forum, because, well, the comics on his website, he tends to update on Project Dalek forum first before he posts the updated link. Should I put that dead Cyberman there or not? Tell me, is that the most useless figure ever? A dead Cyberman? I mean, alright if you could take his limbs off, but I mean, what are you going to do with it? You can't say it's like an injured Cyberman, they're just... Oh well, never mind. And to my knowledge, we never saw a Cyberman like that, but hey, maybe that's a good idea for a series. The Dalek Cyber War. Someone might want to do that. If I had the time, I'd do it myself, but I don't. I've got several projects on the go. Namely a couple of Warhammer things and Second Empire. Anyway, back to Second Empire. In the clips you've seen, hang on. In the clips you've seen at the minute, 100% of the models are his. All I've done is rig them, which those of you who know know a bit about 3D models, you know what rigging is. It's just basically a way of controlling the it's like puppeteering. You've got different buttons and strings, control different movements, head movements, lights, and all that. The voices are done by me and a couple of other guys. In the actual episode itself, there are a couple of models which I've done. I've tweaked a couple of models for animation purposes, and I've actually built a couple of sets for a sequence that wasn't in the comic, simply because didn't think I could do better. But there's a sequence where a sorcerer is approaching Skaro, and there needed to be some kind of acknowledgement that the sorcerer's arriving. So that is what I did. and that is what it is, isn't it? Oh, damn it! As awesome as these busts are, they do come apart. I might glue them together and magnetise them or something. Oh dear. I got an email the other day asking about clone capers, to which I was actually going through my YouTube account just watching all loud stuff and couldn't believe how bad clone capers was. I mean, it's, you know, it's kind of like seeing your parents dance at a wedding. It's cringeworthy, or they're trying to be cool or something. It's something that's really cringeworthy. And it was just awful to watch. So, in answer to your question, there will be no more clone capers. He obscures. Not unless, I mean, for one, I don't really have the room to do Lego animation anymore. It's too time consuming, and I've got other things to do, basically. I mean, I did write episodes 5. I finished episode 4. I wrote episodes 5 and 6, and I even wrote 7. I wrote a couple of episode 5s because the first idea was a bit too grand, and then the second idea just sucked. I even got some voice work done from it. I think I even animated bits. I've probably got half of episode 5 somewhere, which I might release, I might not, depending on how. Actually, no, I've just remembered what's in it, and no, it's not going to be released. Basically, it's involved a way of finishing off the story it started, and that's about it, really. Nothing else. I did write a Clone Keeper's Reinvention series, which I asked for help on a couple of websites, but never got any response, so that killed that off. What else? Shelf's looking a bit bare, but I don't really want to much Stargate and Doctor Who. God, that Wraith looks cool. Just a quick something, right? You can't really see it. This is the Wraith drone from Stargate Atlantis, and they've got these really cool boots. Now, normally, you'd expect, in the actual show, these bits are one piece, and as you can see by I've just moved it, they've done a bit of, I call it cheapskating, and then they've made it a rubber bit. When I first got it out of the packet, it basically was like that, and I thought, they don't have one of them, and it's the only mark against the drone. Apart from it's the early series, the one without the sleeves. Because as they were doing more and more stunts, the costumes were getting damaged. There are a couple of shots where you can see pink skin under Wraith skin. But, yeah. What else can I talk about? Recently got back into Warhammer. I did it for about half a year. I collected quite a few things. I've got quite a few vehicles and I think about 40 or 50 troops. Even one, I think he's a chaplain or a commander guy. I'm just reading up on it now. And yes, I did just get my Xbox out of the bag. So if any of you know a bit or two about Warhammer, I'm doing Warhammer 40k. Space Marines and possibly the Chaos Space Marines, which I've got to pick up some on in a couple of weeks when I've saved up some pennies. I've got some Imperial Guard as well, and I think one Tau. I bought a Tau vehicle just because it looked cool. Because at the time I just was making the models and painting them simply because they look cool. They still do look cool. And, I've been reading the rules and it's quite complicated.